Hey, y'all. Let me get everything in the camera. How y'all doing today? Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day. We'll give y'all a minute or two. Let's see who's here. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Lachelle. Hey, Dwight. Hey, James. Happy Labor Day to you, too. What's up, Michelle? I'm glad y'all here. Thank y'all for being here. I got me a little list together today for y'all. So give me a second. I'm just looking through to make sure I'm not forgetting anything for y'all. Let's see. Oh yeah, you need to hold on. Okay. Oh, thank you. I was trying to see if my girl is here, but I'm gonna tag her anyway. She's my battle buddy from the military. I don't even know if her name gonna come up. Hey Carlos. Hey Siobhan. What's going on? Chanel is not here. But if you want to, this actually came from oh gosh, the paparazzi jewelry actually. So thank you. I'm actually waiting like 2 minutes so I can hit my live button on my TikTok over here. But thank y'all again for being here. I appreciate it. I know it's a holiday and y'all didn't have to spend y'all evening with me. So thank you. And what else was I gonna say to y'all? Ooh, stuff is just crazy right now. So I'm gonna just let y'all know. Hey, Desiree, thank you, Dwight. I appreciate it very much. So y'all can share, you can tag somebody. And again, to always, oh God. Hey Auntie, if you got a question, look at her, y'all. She putting the dollar signs up. Thank you for complying. I appreciate it. And you can ask the question. So yes, we can put up dollar signs, but we're a little shy on the dollar signs because the money is not necessarily coming into our hands like they used to. But hopefully soon enough. Okay, so we got 1 more minute and then I can hit live. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead on and drop your questions. I'm sure I'm probably gonna go over it or at least talk about it. If you don't already follow me on Facebook, I don't think you have to follow me to see my story. I left it wide open. But I do try to put out some stuff that I find because it's easier to put them in story than it is to make all these posts. So I'm gonna try to start posting these things on the Instagram story and the Twitter story too. So they tripping. I'm telling you, hot doggone TikTok, man. And so before I hit them live, I'm just letting y'all know this is the reason why I have a subscription group for those that are watching. And it is $19.99, it's $20 a month. But hold on, y'all. Y'all know how my lashes be tripping, and y'all know I can't put them on that good, okay? So but in the subscription group, basically, you get stuff that people don't get because, well, I can't post everything that I find and I can't address everything that I want to address here. Some stuff just has to be private or I put it in the group. So if you want to, they let me hit start. So if you are interested, you can just go to my link. Should be right in my bio. If you need it, I will give it to you. Plus, if you have questions, you have access to me. So the individuals that do come in my inbox, I'm going to start slowing up responding because I have people that actually are paying customers now. And out of respect, I have to make sure I do good by, their dollars. Okay. So, hey, TikTok, hold on. Let me make sure I got it on the right internet. Okay, good. It's on the right internet. So I agree. Everybody can hear me. Hey, Desiree, no, you're not late. You're just fine. All right. So thank y'all for being here. Again, if you're on TikTok and you have not followed me before, follow me now. And if you follow me on the regular, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And share the video. All right. So I'm going to go down this list. And again, if y'all have questions, please already drop those questions so that I can address them. To tell you what's going on. All right, so first off, we're going to start with the child tax credit. This is mostly for the individuals that did not get their checks corrected last month for August. So if you missed your child tax credit payments, and tag somebody, because I know a lot of the ladies that are watching, y'all know somebody whose check probably never came, or someone's check who came and it was very, very late. You only have between now and next week to change or update your uh, information in the disaster portal. So you need to log into that portal at least until the 8th, okay, which is what, by Wednesday. So you have between now and Wednesday to check the portal to see if it has changed your direct deposit back to a paper check. Okay, so I want y'all to make sure that y'all paying attention to that, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're changing your stuff automatically. We don't know how, but to make sure that you don't have this problem in September, please check before these payments are released again on the 15th. And let's see what my auntie say. Can anybody do that? Do not work, still file for the stimulus checks on the IRS site. It says, can anyone that do not work still file for the stimulus checks? Yes. So that's a good question, because I didn't even have taxes on here. So two things. The President Biden actually came out with his own website for individuals to file taxes. Y'all, my lash is getting on my nerves. I got to fix. I'm about to take it off and reattach it in a minute, but I ain't trying to embarrass myself. But so President Biden actually came out with his own site that if you have not filed 19 or 20 taxes, you can actually go to the site and you can file for free, so that you can, one, get your stimulus checks if you have not gotten them, and also if you are to be paid for children for the child tax credit, you can do that on that site too. You don't have to go to their site. I think it's called child tax credit. I'll get the site for you, and then I'll tell you what it is. But it's not nothing special, but it is just their site where they want you to go so that you can file your taxes. So yes, and that's a long way to give the answer, but basically, if you have not filed taxes, you still can, for both stimulus and for the child tax credit. Okay. Because listen, guys, after 3 years, if you don't claim this, that money goes back to Uncle Sam, and he been trying to give it to you. So you don't need to wait. If you know it's yours, go out there and get the money. Okay. So we talked about the child tax credit portal. Let me keep going. Let me see if anybody have a question. Let's see. Hey, Miss Jacqueline. All right, I want to see. Okay, so y'all don't have no questions over there. Great. Okay. Hey, Shauna, how you doing? Okay, so let's talk about this rental assistance. So this is really, really, really crazy, but let me tell y'all what's gonna start happening in the next couple of weeks. So basically, and these are facts. Okay, so y'all know I do all my research and stuff. All states have until September 30th to use the money that they were given by the federal government for emergency rental assistance funds. They have to use it, or they got to give it back. Okay. So they have to use at least 65% of the money. And you can basically look on any social media site and see how much your state has used. For example, Florida has only used like 12%. And that's up from like 7% before over the weekend. So a lot of people got approved this weekend. I've been getting a lot of inboxes from people saying, what is this? I don't understand. So if you receive a letter, and this is for people in Florida, okay? I'm not sure how other states are doing it, because you may have to email, you may have to apply through the website. So I don't want to speak on someone else. But for the most part, they usually tend to do them the same. If you get an email from any type of housing department, our Florida, any type of website that you remember applying for assistance, and they're telling you that they either want to request some additional documents, or some of them just say that you're approved. The one that the few that I read, they did not say approved. They just asked for additional documents and said they were moving on until the next step in the process, which is a good thing. So if you guys have not already applied for rental assistance, please apply. Why? Because if they don't, the money goes away, and they're going to basically take the money from, say, Florida, and they'll give it to New York, where they have more people that are actually using it. So if you don't use it, they lose it. So definitely go in and get these funds. Remember, they are to pay. Hopefully your state has added the option for a security deposit to pay a down payment if you're moving. I just saw that HUD said that they were trying to eliminate that, because people were, of course, y'all know scammers always mess it up for everybody. People were getting money for their old rentals, and money for the new rentals. And so they were like double and triple dipping because they were moving all around and getting all this rental assistance money. So now they're only like giving it to you for one place. So it's either going to be for that security deposit, or it's going to be to the security deposit to move, or it should be to pay the back rent. Okay. If anybody knows anybody that lives in Miami, I think it's like Miami and a couple other places like Chicago, the courts are allowing you to settle your dispute with your landlord online through an online mediation system, so you don't have to go to court. So they're trying to slow down the evictions. So if you know anybody in those areas, let them know. I'm gonna put this website here for y'all here on Facebook really quick. Okay. So this website that I'm putting down, and I'm gonna tell it to y'all in a second, is lawhelp.org. Lawhelp, LAW help, HELP.org. If you live in an area and you don't have the funds, or you don't even know where your free legal clinics are, you can actually go to this website and you can put in your state, and it'll tell you all the free legal clinics that you can go to. So a lot of the courts are urging you guys to go to the legal clinic if you've been faced with an eviction. All right. So you can get help filling out your paperwork, knowing how to reply, so on and so forth. And it's free. Okay. So definitely go to that website. That's lawhelp.org. Okay. All right, so hold on. Let me go up some and then I'll go to the questions really quick. All right, so let's see. What portal do you go on to get the stimulus refund? Patricia Chillers, you need to file taxes. There is not necessarily a portal to go get it. You need to file taxes. Someone asked, is this for Texas? It's actually for every place. You can send me a message, or you can ask Ray. You can ask another question here so that we can clarify what you're talking about. Ms. Mika says, I applied in June. Do I get it in July, August, and September? You applied in June. Are you talking about the child tax credit? You should. If you don't, they will just start you whenever they start. They're not going to make any back payments. So I want y'all to know that. So if you missed these payments, or you had a paper check and it was sent back because the address isn't good, they are nine times out of 10, they're just not going to reissue that check. Some say they will, but they might not reissue that check, and they may just let you claim that money at tax time, because remember, it's fraudsters out there. Okay, it's too many fraudsters out there, so they're not taking too many chances on that. All right. Okay, so Patricia says, I meant to apply for rental assistance. If you want to apply for rental assistance, there's a rental assistance website that tells you all the places you can get rental assistance. But the easiest way to do it is just dial 211 to find out what's in your area. Okay, that's all you need to find out what is available to you. Okay, let me go over here and see what I got. Hey, Yushana, I think I said hey to you already. Are they going to send out a fourth stimulus? No, there's no fourth stimulus. No, none of that, guys. Y'all going to have to get this money through to pay the bills. And basically, that's what it is. Unemployment is going to go away. Now, if you're in Louisiana and you're dealing with some of the issue stuff that is going on, I got some programs for you, but I'm going to put that to the end. Let me get to somebody asked me about this abortion rules. So I'm not gonna go into my own personal opinion. I'm just gonna let you guys know, for those that don't necessarily understand it. So just in Texas, what is it? Just last week, Dwight, you could tell me the date because I know you know. The Supreme Court decided to back legislation stating that women who are 6 weeks or more pregnant, they are not allowed to have an abortion in the state. And if they do get an abortion in the state, or if they get an abortion in another state, whoever aided and abetted them, meaning if you drove them there, you brought them some towels, some ice water, whatever it is, if you are one of those individuals that they consider someone who aided and abetted, you can be sued for up to $10,000 plus lawyer fees. Okay. I think that's crazy. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But I know some people wanted to know what that was about. So the person that's actually getting the abortion does not get sued. It's everybody else around that person. So that is how that's going to go. I did see in the paper. I just want y'all to know that Kentucky and Florida are, both of those governors are considering trying to push the same type of legislation right here in their own state. So if you're in Florida, then that's what DeSantis is looking at doing. So, not making this a political thing, I'm just letting you guys know what is going on. Okay. Another thing, hold on. Let me see if I got a question really quick. It's no talks on that as of yet, no votes. We should know something by October 3rd. Okay. All right. So, is this the chat program? I'm not sure what the chat program is, Alicia. You'll have to tell me what those acronyms stand for, because they may be different based off of the state that you live in. So Irene says, so if you don't file taxes for the rest of the child taxes credit, do you have to get the rest of the money for your child tax credit? So no, they're not going to force you to get the money for the child tax credit. Basically, when you file taxes in 19 or 20, you already filed taxes. You've already claimed the children, your dependents, and that is what they're going to pay you for. You should have received a letter letting you know how much you were going to get, if you were going to get to 3,000 or if you're going to get to 3,600, and you will get those payments in $300 increments or $250 increments per month all the way into December. What is left over of the money that you should have received? So if you got $3,000, you're only going to get 15 now, and you get 15 later. If you get 3,600, you get 18 now, and you get 1,800 later. And when I say later, I mean at tax time in the year of 2022, which is in a couple more months. You will file your taxes, and that remaining portion that you did not receive from the checks you're getting now will be added to your income taxes. Okay. But remember, it's only going to, the child tax credit pays for every child you have. But if you have more than 3 dependents, IRS is only going to give you earned income tax credit for 3. Okay. So usually earned income tax credit is more if the child is younger. Okay. We could talk about that offline if you want to know about your own personal situation, but that's how that's going to work. Okay. So Irene, I hope I answered that question for you. All right. If I just turned 18, can I still get the stimulus check? What year did you turn 18? If you turned 18 in 2020, yes. If you turn 18 in 2021, it's kind of difficult to say, but I'll tell you this: MPT 1001, we did have some individuals who were 17 and had a job. So if you're 18 and you've had a job, and you were not claimed on someone else's taxes, you can. If you were claimed on someone else's taxes, they're going to have to remove you, and then you can file your taxes to get the stimulus. I know that sounds like a lot, but again, if you need or want questions, we can talk about that offline. All right. So again, if you're watching on TikTok and this is your first time, please follow me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Drop your questions. I'm going to get to you as best I can. And thank y'all for my Facebook and my YouTube people, so y'all can share a tag. I appreciate it. All right, Emma Grace says, our Florida is making hard for some to get help. They're asking for tax information, and without it, they won't help. Them is from what I heard somebody say. So yeah, absolutely. Every program that's going to be trying to give you money for rental assistance, they're absolutely going to require tax paperwork. And if you did not file taxes, then you probably going to have to submit some documentation saying that you didn't, and they're probably still going to make you fill out a 4506T so that they can go to the IRS to see if you really did or did not. And if you didn't file taxes, they're probably gonna want to know why. Are you on Social Security? Do you just not work? I mean, they're probably gonna want to know. They just, to them, it's difficult for people to just say they don't work at all. Even people who have a side hustle sometimes usually file taxes, which they should. If y'all watch me, y'all know I believe in people who have side hustles absolutely should file taxes. Okay. So all right, so I put down the lawhelps.org. All right, so let me go on to what's next. So I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's been going on, and there is a lot of stuff going on, but if you guys have not had the opportunity to, please take y'all some money and go and buy you some supplies. Okay, y'all need to stock up on water. I mean, not just because this is hurricane season, but because this is crazy what is going on in the world, and we cannot predict what's going to happen from one week to the next. People in New York probably were not even expecting what they went through. So I say all that to say that people are starting to stock up again, and you can start looking at little small indicators when you start looking at your retail stores. So if you go in BJ's or Costco, they'll tell you you can only get a limit this amount. You can only get 3 of these or 6 of these. And the only time they do things like that is either one or two things. Things are running out of supply, or they know that people are going to need this in mass, the mass quantity, and they don't want you taking it all. So it's starting out with small stores, but y'all know by the time you hit the Walmarts and the grocery stores, we're gonna be can't find nothing. Just like we couldn't find Lysol. So if you have the opportunity and you're getting this check that's coming up on the 15th, please take you some of it at least, and go and get you some stuff. And then too, if you cannot afford, go and find you somebody else, 2 or 3 people that you can all go to Costco, or go and place your order on Sam's Club online, and y'all can just split a bulk item. You don't have to have 97 toilet paper rolls. You can get 30, they can get 30, they can get 30. Boom. Okay. So definitely y'all want to stock up on grocery items, and y'all definitely want to try to stock up on paper goods. Okay. All that, batteries, all that kind of stuff. And not just because it's hurricane season, y'all. I've been watching videos from all over, and people are showing that there are no groceries on the shelves in the grocery stores in certain countries. Trucks aren't being able to get around to deliver, and if we get rained out or something happens and someone can't bring or deliver food or fuel, then y'all know how we're going to be looking, especially if you're in Florida. Y'all know how we look when we out. We don't have nothing. So we don't know if that's going to happen again, but we can be prepared. All right. Okay, let me move on. All right, so Maxine Waters, I don't know if you guys know Maxine Waters, but she's a senator, and she is proposing, they're actually going to take the rental assistance issue back to Congress and vote to see about issuing a federal eviction moratorium, since the governors aren't really doing anything to move fast. Okay. Y'all saw I mentioned last week that if you want to have a state enacted a moratorium, you have to force your your governor to do that, and you force them by making calls, sending emails, threatening not to vote, all that type of stuff. But right now they're going to try to make this a federal thing again. Don't get your fingers crossed. Don't get excited. This is just what they are proposing. Okay. Here's another thing that they're proposing. The federal government is also proposing, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you make a certain amount of deposit into a bank account, they have to report that to the IRS to make sure that there's no fraudulent activity. And it used to be, I think, $10,000. And then it went to like $7,000. Well, now they're trying to propose to make this amount that's reportable $600. Okay. So they are proposing to have your bank, whether it's a personal account or a business account, report your deposits of $600 or more to the IRS. And I had to go and read what the IRS said for myself before I come and tell you guys. And the IRS completely said yes. Not the IRS. Her name is, oh gosh, she just ran for president this past election season. But they propose that this will cut down on fraud, and this is how the IRS will be able to get more tax dollars to cover this financial deficit that we are in. So we don't know if this is going to be approved yet, but I do want you guys to pay attention, because that is crazy. $600. I mean, come on. Most of your checks are more than $600. Okay. If you're going to take out clothes, you're going to take out money out of ATM to go shopping, you're going to take out more than $600. So now they're going to try to track that. If you guys watched me last week, y'all see I was talking about Apple was going to start scanning your phones for pictures to see if there's any child pornography. Now, since that has made a lot of people uncomfortable, Apple has said that they're going to delay doing it, but it didn't say they were going to stop doing it. Okay. So we're about to start seeing the day and age where everybody's going to be all in your business. Now, if you don't believe me, if you're an individual that has Experian Boost, It's a trade line that you can add to your Experian credit to boost your score. Now, if you think about it, um, you had to give them access to your bank account in order for them to boost your score. Now, what hit me today is I had actually changed my login to my bank account, and I went and I got a notice from Experian saying, you change your password, where we need to get your password again so that we can have access to your bank account. So they are starting to get into your business. All right. So that is something that y'all should need to know, that they are proposing to start doing. And then the last thing they're proposing, which is there are a lot more, but these are things that I think would be important, is that if you do taxes, they're going to make tax preparers become certified with the federal government in order to do taxes, because they want to crack down on ghost preparers. So if you're one of those individuals that you do taxes and you don't like to sign the tax returns for your customers, you are part of the reason why this is trying to come about. If they do that, that's going to be more money you have to pay out. That means a lot of you guys that do taxes, if you can't get certified, you'll be deactivated and you will not be able to do taxes at all. And then the only people that will be able to do taxes are going to be enrolled agents, accountants, and lawyers. And if they do that, all of you guys that have your regular tax business may go out of business, okay, unless you get certified. All right, so that's just something to keep in mind that they are planning on doing. All right, let me see what the question we got here. What about being a caregiver in Georgia? I've been seeing after my legally blind mother, and I'm assuming you're talking about you can't get any money for the child tax credit for that. And if you care for her, you should be carrying her as a dependent on your taxes, and you will be able to get the credit for her being legally blind and for her being your dependent. So I don't know if you have been, Jay Johnson, but you should be. Okay. Hey, Donna James, how are you? Jay Johnson says, are there any funds for being a caregiver? No, there are not, unless your mom is a veteran and she could get on the caregiver program. But not normally, they don't. Usually the insurance pays for that. I don't know if she has insurance, but that's usually who takes care of that. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm looking for, to get a place for security deposit here in Fort Lauderdale. We're currently loading. You need to go to ourflorida.com to see, because they are trying to make the flow of the money for their emergency rental assistance go from them directly to your landlord, which is crazy because that's how it's been going, but they're thinking about making it more streamlined. So we will see. If you need rental assistance for Mississippi, all you got to do is do 211 in Mississippi and just ask for rental assistance, and they will give you who you need to go to in your area. Okay. Thank you, Camilla. I appreciate that. It says, what if the landlord is rejecting, even if you've been approved? If your landlord is rejecting the rent, there's really nothing that you could do but try to talk to them as nicely as possible to see if they'll change their minds. Landlords are under no obligation to take that money, and the reason why is because they know if they do it, they have to let you stay there for an additional 3 more months and not kick you out. And that is something that they did not want to be able to do, but it is exactly what is happening right now for some people. Okay. All right. So the FCC broadband, I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but they're now doing the certificate for the $100 laptop, to get the $100 credit towards the laptop. You should have already gotten your free Wi-Fi hotspot by now. And then the internet down. Matter of fact, I talked to somebody the other day and they said that they got the internet down to $25 and they hooked up everything on their house, and they have 2 gaming systems on it, and they use that little Wi-Fi hotspot like it's crazy. So if you haven't, I'm gonna put this website down here too for y'all. Hold on. For y'all, because all you got to do is be on any type of assistance. It could be school lunch, free lunch, reduced lunch. If you get food stamps, Social Security, anything like that, Medicaid, WIC. You can go to checklifeline.org, and it's check CHECK lifeline LIFE line LINE.org, and you can go to that website. And you can basically, you just have to verify yourself that you receive some type of benefit, and then they'll let you know who you can call and what benefits that you can get. And the reason I put this out is because this came back in February, and it is still a very unused program, and people aren't using it. So they want you guys to go and get this, lower your internet. It's not going to change nothing. It's just going to take that blinking box out of your house and give you a little router. Okay. But it's going to cut your bill probably in third. So, probably buy a third, excuse me. So if you haven't, check it out. Go and see what you qualify for and start taking advantage on these programs. Put some money in your pocket, okay? See, thank you, Alicia Morera. CHAP is a rental assistance program in the state of Nevada. See, they got different rental assistance programs all over the place. So, no, I did not know about that name, but thank you for telling me. If you got questions about it, I'm sure it's basic. I'm sure all of the rental assistance programs are all using the same neighborly software that you just have to log into, create an account. You answer questions, you can upload documents, and then they send your landlord a link, and your landlord has to fill out their portion, and that's all you have to do for the rental assistance. So hopefully that's what yours is doing, Alicia. Okay. Look at that. It says a shortage on tequila right now. I'm telling y'all, it's about to be a shortage on a lot of stuff. Okay, so definitely get y'all some toilet paper. Y'all know we can't live without it. So definitely go and get you some of that. All right. Let's see. Jay says Santander consumers removed my credit report after 7 years. TransUnion score went up, but Experian went down. What happens with the car? Good. That's a good question, Jay. So if y'all don't know, usually when you pay off a debt, it's going to make your score go down, not up. One of them went up. I would probably have to see your credit report to tell you why. It probably had different items on the credit report for Experian versus TransUnion, but that is why your score went up on one and down on the other. But it happens more times than none that your score will go down, which is why I never recommend anybody pay their bills down to zero. It's just not mathematically, it doesn't add up to any points. You know what I mean? So I rather you pay your bill down to $2 than pay it down to zero. Okay. So well, congratulations, Jay, that it's gone. But you are just gonna have to add trade lines to beef your score up. Okay. All right. So let me keep going really quick because y'all know I don't like to keep you long. So I'm gonna run over a couple things that is going on that y'all may not know. And this is happening in Florida, and it's so crazy. So right now we have there are some landlords that are telling their tenants that they have to get the vaccine shot or they will be evicted. Okay. So I don't know if that's going to happen to you guys, but I'm just letting you know that they are doing this now. And there is also a doctor who is turning away individuals who are not vaccinated. She will see you over the phone, over teleconference, but you will not be able to walk into the office. Not saying this is going to happen everywhere, but I don't doubt that it will start to happen in more and more places. Okay, so this is just me letting you guys know what y'all should be looking out for. If you know somebody that is in Louisiana and dealing with this Hurricane Ida situation, FEMA has enacted the hotels again. They have, they have enacted disaster unemployment, so you're able to get that. They've also implemented something called expedited rental assistance, where if you didn't get that much damage, but you're out of power or something like that, they will pay a coverage of 1 month of your rent. And this is for everybody. There's a new website I found that gives you loans if you are hit by some type of disaster and you have insurance, but your insurance either hasn't paid you yet or it's taken a while to pay. And this website is called Hi Dorothy. So like Hi, H-I, Dorothy, DOROTHY.com. And I'm going to put that down here too. So HiDorothy.com, like I said, it gives you loans when you've been impacted by some type of disaster. But you do have to have insurance, whether that's renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance. But they do give you money if your insurance doesn't give you enough. Okay. Let me see. So a lot of people have been asking me about these FEMA jobs. I'm gonna get the FEMA jobs in just a second, but let me see if y'all got any questions before I go. Let's see. Okay. How long does it take to amend taxes? You filed in April. Processing for taxes doing amendments can usually take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Unfortunately, Trevor Black, but that's true. Nisha Lewis says, are there any housing or Section 8 programs? I'm in Florida, but looking to move to Georgia. Florida is not going to give you money to move someplace else. So if you're in Florida, you're going to have to use Florida money for a Florida place. If you want to go to Georgia, you're going to have to find rental assistance in Georgia. They also have 211, but they're not going to give you money to go to another state. That's just because the money came from the government for that state to take care of people in that state. So no, they're not going to give it to you so you can move. Okay. Sorry. Jay Scott says my data is slow. Inbox me the info, please. Inbox you what info? I'm sorry. Okay. Sis, do you have Cash App? I would love to show from time to time. God bless you. Thank you. So if anybody does want to, I appreciate that. That was really nice. If anybody does happen to want to donate a Cash App, my Cash App is Shamika Save, just like my name. I appreciate it. No pressure. You don't have to. I'm blessed regardless. But if anybody wants to, thank you, and may God bless you for doing so. Okay. Let's see. When is the eviction program end? The eviction program is already ended. So the only thing you can do right now is try to get your governor, or we can wait to see what's going to happen with Maxine Waters, if they're going to be able to get Congress and the House to vote on a new federal eviction moratorium program. Okay. St. Lucie County recovery for rent for years. St. Lucie County recovery for rent. Okay. Love Rody, I'm not sure what you're saying. I think you're trying to give us a program. Let me know. Okay. Back to putting money under the mattress. That's crazy. They want a piece of everything they have. Absolutely. And you know what, Marley Mar Sanchez, somebody just said that today. I'm actually gonna put out a list. If you guys want this little list I have, it's like a survival kit list, right? So it lists all the stuff you should buy, but it also does say that you guys should have access to emergency cash. And I speak on that all the time. Banks don't keep all this money that y'all think they do. When in the last time you heard somebody rob the bank, I've never heard anybody rob a bank and get away with more than like $50,000-$60,000, if that. So that tells you banks don't keep a lot of money on hand. So if we were in the event of an emergency, you can't rush to your bank and go and pull out $1,000. You might not be, because all the 20s might be gone, all the 50s, all the 100s. When you go to the bank and you want to take out a large amount of money, you have to call first to make sure they have the money on hand. If not, they're going to send you to another bank to get it. Okay. So yes, you got to put money under the mattress, or you got to put that money and dig it up and put it in the ground somewhere out back. But we are definitely about to get back to that time, because yes, they're going to start to be into everything. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I'm going to tell y'all that that's exactly what's happening in China right now. People in China, they're being dictated and ruled and told exactly what they can and can't do. I just saw an article the other day that says that they're in China, they're blocking, they said, effeminate, and this is what they put, sissy men from TV. So if you are a man and you look feminine, or which mostly maybe LGBT, they're kicking you off of the air. They will not let any shows air that person on TV. Now that sounds a bit extreme, but if somebody going through your phone trying to see what kind of pictures you got in there, that sounds extreme to me too. Okay. So it's making me rethink about a lot of stuff, but I just want to give this information to y'all so that y'all know. Okay. Now let's get to these FEMA jobs. All right. So everybody keeps saying they want to go work for FEMA. Y'all want to go work and take care in these disaster jobs. I'm gonna tell y'all a couple places where I've been looking and I've been finding jobs. All right. One is Indeed. All right. And here's the trick. All you got to do is put in disaster, or you could put in disaster recovery. Okay. Those jobs usually have those in the heading. So I go on Indeed. I also go on Twitter, because there are a lot of those jobs that they post right there on Twitter. All right. And if you want to work for FEMA, okay, FEMA, and I'm going to put this website down so y'all will know. All right. USA Jobs. Okay, hold on. USAjobs.com. And once you go to USA Jobs, okay, that is the federal government website that lists all the federal jobs, okay? FEMA jobs are on there, but to know which ones are for the disaster recovery or are in support of disaster recovery, all you have to do is, when you go to that website, just type DSS in the search bar, okay? That's it. That's all you got to do. Search DSS. And when you type DSS, that stands for disaster. Oh, don't get me to line. But that's what it is. Okay, it's DSS. It's like disaster something. But anyway, you'll be a part of their cadre. You'll be a part of they have 23 different groups that you can fall into, and they call them cadres with and FEMA, but basically it's just 23 different areas of which you can go into. All right. So if you're somebody that is your background is law enforcement, you may go into the law enforcement cadre. So you'll be with other individuals with a similar background. If you're a nurse or a doctor, you would go in the medical cadre field, because you will be working with people in your field. I've even seen people who have animals. They have those service animals, and people bring their dogs, and their dogs and the handler are actually hired to go and assist with disaster recovery. It could be comforting somebody. So, I mean, they got so many things that you can do. Basically, if you think you have a skill that they could use, then you basically will put together a nice little resume and send it. You can go on the USA website and you can see the jobs, but you have to apply specifically for those. But FEMA also has a website where you can email um, your resume to a I guess I want to say like a hub, and it holds your resume, and they select based off of what their needs are. And if you're selected, and a lot of people have been selected because they've been posting that they've been getting hired all over Twitter, you have to be able to deploy in like 48 hours. Okay. So you don't get a lot of time, you get the job. They're going to give you a call. It's not even going to be a real person. It's going to be automated. I did this before. I worked with them through Hurricane Sandy. I was an employee of FEMA, and they just give you a call. It's like this little robot sound telling you need to be here, you need to report or be to your nearest airport or whatever. And then you just basically go. Okay. So I will not going to put the link out here. I'm going to make a video to post on TikTok, so you can go to that link, and where you can see how to send your resume, or you could just go to USA Jobs and do DSS. And I think USA Jobs has like 100 jobs for FEMA. Okay, so there are like it's ridiculous. Okay. And again, so if y'all have anybody that's in Louisiana or whatever, and they need some assistance, I do have screenshots of everything. So if somebody wants it, I'll send it all to you, so you can send it to whomever, your loved one or whatever. I'm not gonna bombard you guys with that tonight, because it may not apply to you. Let's see if I'm missing anything. I'm just going through my list, y'all. If you're with unemployment in Florida, y'all should know by now that today was the last day to do your appeal, and they have a new sign in. So you did need to do a new sign in with unemployment. Okay. So I don't know if you're having issues getting in, you need to do a new sign in. Why? Because people are sharing logins, sharing emails, and they don't want that. Okay. That's how people are probably able to get in and stealing your stuff. Just in Florida, just yesterday, they bust 8 people for multiple unemployment case of fraud. Okay, these people applied in like 5 states: California, California, Massachusetts, Michigan, I think, like Louisiana, and of course Florida, and they got busted. So they're trying to crack down on that. So you'll notice that unemployment websites are going to be harder to access, as well as your IRS websites are going to be harder to access, because they're trying to crack down on fraud. All right. So get mad at the fraudsters, and you're not the regular people. Okay. And let me see one more thing, and I'm gonna let you go. Well, one more thing, and I'll just take the questions. Forgiveness. The PPP forgiveness. A lot of people have been asking about that. So it has not changed. If you got to do your forgiveness through your bank's website, you will be uploading documentation. Okay. And so far, what I've been hearing feedback wise is that they're not just taking the bank statements. They want you to separate these things out, so you can show them exactly where these charges are coming from. I've actually had 2 people report back that they were having some issues with getting their documents accepted by the bank for the forgiveness. So if you are waiting around for some miracle to happen to do your forgiveness, please do not. We don't know when they're going to drop the end date on us. But now that SBA has all those banks that have signed up with them, there's no reason why you should not have gone on and done it by now. Okay. It's not a super difficult application if you do it through SBA, but if you do it through your bank's website, it could be a lot more difficult. That is biz to credit. That is Blue Vine, especially if you got loans over 150K. That's Chase Bank, that's Bank of America, that's all of these brick and mortar banks. Okay, so it's not just these banks that you did online. Most of them are the banks you actually walked into. Okay, so that was that. All right. So let me see. Thank you, Christopher Troutman. I appreciate it. I know that it's not exciting because we're not talking about stimulus money and all that anymore, but I do want you guys to really understand that times have are changing, okay? And and COVID really just set the everything in motion. And a lot of people are very comfortable in thinking like, oh, the government is just going to always save me and save me and save me. And they're not always going to save you. Okay. Um, they are scrambling right now. And when we run out of money, and I know people think we're not going to run out of money, we're not going to run out of money. Okay. Well, you keep reading. Hopefully you do. And you'll see that's why everybody's trying to run to Bitcoin and this cryptocurrency, because there are people that know stuff that we don't know. And I'm trying to put you guys on to what y'all don't know, because most of the time you're too busy working or take care of your kids that you're not paying attention to all these things. And I really do want you guys to realize that we got about a good 10 years maybe, and we're going to be on another form of currency. And if you don't have something going on, or have some so you can buy and spend so you can eat, then you're going to be hungry. And all those things that we've been seeing on TV, when we look at the Hunger Games and we think that stuff isn't real. No, 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 it's never going to happen. Okay, I hope that it doesn't. But I'm not going to play around to see. I'm not going to find. I don't want to find out, and I don't want you guys to find out. So that is why I do what I do. So I hope you guys do appreciate that. And again, like I say, I can't discuss everything like I want to, because social media, especially TikTok, loves to shut me down. So I do have a private group. You can go you can go to the link in my bio, and I'll give you the link where you can join, and then we can discuss some real deal stuff going on that I can't tell y'all necessarily on here, okay? Because people crop stuff, copy stuff, share stuff, and we're not having that, okay? Sagittarius said, I never received your taxes one or your stimulus one or two. So if you have not seen it, that's right, Sagittarius, too real. Usually if you did the 3911 form and you still haven't gotten it, then you probably need to call IRS to see where your status is. And for those that don't know, IRS form 3911 is basically your a payment trace form. It's to trace the payment to see where it is. And if you haven't gotten anything back from them, all you got to do is call IRS. And that number I'm going to put down here for anybody that does not know. And it's 1-800-829-1040. That's 1-800-829-1040. Just give them a call. And call them early. If you don't call them early, you're definitely going to be on hold for a long time. Thank you very much. I'm glad y'all like it. Is there going to be a fourth stimulus? No, it's not. Louisiana, still 7 days, no power. Well, if you're in Louisiana, Sagittarius, too real, please hit me up. I got a lot of screenshots to tell. So with phone numbers, people you could contact to get tarps, FEMA stuff, all that. So, and same for you guys too. If you know anything, let me know. Why did the court overturn the eviction moratorium? The rent eviction expired October 3rd. That's a good question. So the Supreme Court overturned the decision because they said that the federal government does not have the authority to tell landlords that they can't that the CDC can't tell landlords that they can't evict anyone. Them and all their their law degrees and all this infinite wisdom, they said it was illegal, so they made the eviction moratorium that came out October 3rd null and void. So basically the only two things that you could do if you want to continue to have a eviction moratorium, your governor has to set it, or the Congress and the Senate, they'll have to basically vote and come up with a federal one like we had in the very, very beginning. So that's why. Dorinthia, hey girl. So what about if your lease is about to end and they take your money but won't renew your lease because the rent was late? They still have to let you stay. So Dorinthia, that's going to depend on a lot of things, and we probably have to talk about that offline. It depends on if you're month to month. It depends on if you're if you're on the lease. And if they took your money and your rent is late, they probably took your money for the rent for the month prior, not for the current rent for the current month. And if they took it for the current month, they can't make you can't, or we shouldn't have to move out until the end of that month. Okay. But based off of what type of lease you're on says how much time they have to give you notice. If I were you, I would do the Our Florida if you need to get rental assistance. But if I didn't answer your question, you know how to contact me. Okay. All right, hold on. I got my hotspot in person at Boost Mobile. How do I get the laptop voucher? Don't forget to send the president website for the stimulus check and remind people about doing wills. Too many passed away period. Thank you, Auntie. Okay, so my auntie just wanted me to remind everybody that yes, you guys need to use the FCC broadband benefit program so you can get your Wi-Fi. You can get your $100 credit towards your laptop. I will send you the link, Auntie. It's the same thing. Check lifeline.org. You go register yourself and you get it through your internet provider. That's what I'm told from the website. It says the internet provider will give you the voucher towards the laptop. The site has not come yet live, but they are starting to give out the voucher. Another thing, you guys need to also think, because we're in this COVID season, about getting a living will or medical directive. And I'm going to run it down really quick. A living will / medical directive, that you can use either term. Basically, it is someone that you give authority to. You do this in writing. You give them authority to be the one to make the decision on who pulls the plug. Okay. So, and I say that because a lot of people are married, but they're separated. And you probably ain't seen your spouse or husband and who knows how long. And then if something happens to you, they're not going to go to whoever you're going with now. They're going to go back to the person that is legally yours. So if you want to give somebody else that right because you just don't have the time or the money to get a divorce or whatever your situation is, get a living will, a medical directive, same thing. Okay, we do them in our office. You can get them done online. All you got to do is fill out the information and get it notarized, and you keep a copy and take a copy to your doctor or your primary physician or the hospital that you go to, so they have it on record. Okay, the other thing is a will. Now, I know most of us think because we don't have nothing, we don't need to do a will. That's not true. People will fight over anything. Okay, they will fight over a sock. They will fight over a bra. They'll fight over a toothbrush. Okay. So if you think that you have anything that somebody wants and you have kids, okay, or you have sisters and brothers, just do a will and leave one person in charge to be the one that's going to make the decisions of where your stuff goes. And even if that is this person makes the decision to send my stuff to Salvation Army, somebody needs to be the one that you leave uncharged to make the decisions. That is called an executor. Okay. And a will is really easy. You put down if you want to leave anything to your kids or your brother, sister, mama, whomever. It don't even have to be a family member. It can be whoever you want. Okay. And you get two people to sign it as a witness. You get it notarized. Boom, you keep a copy, and then you can go give a copy to everyone that you put in the will. You give a copy to your kids, so if something happens, somebody has it. All right. Then last but not least is the power of attorney. Now, you don't have to do a power of attorney, but a lot of people are finding that when your mom or someone elderly goes in the hospital because of COVID, who is the one going to be handling the business while they're gone? And you can't get that through a will, and you can't get that authority through a medical directive. You can only get that authority to make decisions on behalf of this other person through the power of attorney. So those are my 3 things that I think everybody should get. Okay. So that's a living will, a will, and a power of attorney. All right. So basically the power of attorney, that person can basically be a clone version of you. They can open a bank account, they can get credit cards, they can do whatever, or you can limit that power of attorney to just handling issues related to my bills or issues just related to my kids, whatever it is. Okay. And you can get all 3 of these documents done for less than $150. Okay. And ladies, if y'all watching that, it's less than a lace wig. So I don't want to hear no excuses. Okay. These are things that we need to do, especially in our Black and brown communities, because we are always the last. And I'm tired of hearing about GoFundMe's. Okay. This is the thing. These are the things we need to do. Okay. We ain't gonna get on life insurance, but let's just get these paperwork done. And yes, Auntie, I will get you that information. All right. And if y'all don't have any other questions, I'm just gonna run through and see. Can you help my mom get a car lien off her credit? It's over 5 years old. That car, it's probably not a car lien. It is probably a repo. But Yushana Miller, send me your information, and yes, ma'am, we will take a look at it. Okay. Hey, Melissa, I'm talking to you at 8. All right. Okay, so let's say, did the SBA site change? The SBA site did not change, but if you have recently gone in to do the SBA EIDL loan, y'all gonna notice it is totally different. It's asking a lot more different questions than it did the first time. They want information from your taxes that nobody had to put in there before, from your 19 and your 20 taxes. And they've also increased the limit on the EIDL loan now to $2 million. Okay, so it is now the EIDL 2.0, where it's, like I said, it's now went up from 500,000 to 2 million. It's already hard enough to get the 500,000, let alone 2 million. So I'm not telling anybody not to apply. Just make sure you have all your ducks in a row, because they are looking. And the IRS did transfer over 1 million tax returns or tax transcripts. So if you were one of those individuals, you were waiting for reconsideration, you probably should be getting the answer very soon, because now they can verify your taxes. All right. So I'm just going to look and make sure to see if I missed anything else. Okay, so I put the websites down. The date is August 31st, 2021. The Texas law also allows people to carry guns with no license. That's right. If you live in Texas, you can be 21 years old now, and you do not have to get a background check to purchase a gun or carry concealed. They had too many backlog of concealed applications and a lot of applications for purchase of a gun. And so they just decided to say, forget it, go ahead and get it. So ladies, especially ladies, and if you see what's going on in Houston with all the crime, if you have not, please go and get you one. And if you are in Florida and you're thinking about getting one, and you're thinking about getting your marijuana license, let me clarify something for you guys really quick. If you want to have both the marijuana license and your concealed handgun license, you are going to have to get your concealed handgun license first. Why? Because when you if you were to get your marijuana license first, when you do your application for the concealed, it's going to ask you about if you take any type of drugs. And even if you are approved for the marijuana license because it's legal, you still have to tell the truth, which will make you ineligible. All right. Now, I just dropped a gem. So if y'all didn't tag anybody, tag them. And I'm going to say this again. All right. And make sure you let them know to check in, because people don't like to watch from the beginning, but tell them to check the very end. If you want to get a marijuana license and you also want to get your concealed handgun license, you need to get your concealed handgun license first, but you also need to purchase all the guns you're going to buy. Why? Because once you get your marijuana license, you can no longer purchase any more guns. Okay. Now, it does not say that you can't carry it concealed. I did not read that anywhere, but I did see the application where you would be lying, committing fraud if you got it the other way around. So conceal, get your gun first, or all your guns, get a conceal, and then you get your marijuana license. That is the order that it is done. Okay. And that's the only way to be, safe and not getting in trouble. Now, if you want to be able to continue to get guns after, you can't buy them, but somebody else can and give them to you as a gift. And then you're able to have those other guns and you're still complying. Now, that's how Florida is. I don't want to necessarily speak for every other state, but it's probably close to the same. Okay. So that's how that works. All right. Since we were talking about handguns. Okay. Do you offer the wills and power of attorney in your business? Yes, I do. I have a software. I'm a notary. So basically you just give me your information, and I can do this for anybody in any state. You just basically give me your information. I'll fill it out. And if you're local, of course, we'll meet and sign it, and you're on your way. If not, it's prepared for you and sent to you, and then you just get it notarized where you are. And then you just move on. That's it. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Nick, all guys. If we don't have the link to unemployment, how do we claim weeks? You first got to be able to get in there to claim weeks. So if you don't have the link to unemployment, you got to go to your state's website to find out what that web address is. Maryland Prima says, so if you've been approved for the SBA loan and they haven't sent the paperwork to sign. So what is it? The SBA said you were approved and they didn't send you the paperwork to sign. They don't send you the paperwork to sign. If you've been approved for an SBA loan, you need to log into the portal, Miss Maryland, and go into that portal and see where the login, where your documents, and it'll say upload driver's license. It'll say closing documents and something else, but you click and then you sign it through that portal. So they don't send it to you. They make you do it right there. Okay. Thank you very much, Samantha, man. I appreciate it very, very much. The eviction program's already over, Miss Longleg. So it's over. Doris, I do not know what website you're talking about, but all y'all gotta do is just remind me. You can go to my Instagram and I'll send y'all the links that I talked about because I still see them up here. Do you know when you can add a new baby to the child tax credit? You're not going to be able to add a new baby. They said by September, but it has not happened yet, and we're already getting ready for the September payment. So if you can add it, it may be in August, but if you had a new baby, I would tell you to just buckle up and get ready to claim that baby and get the full credit at tax time next year because I don't see them adding it to the portal right now. Thank you very much, Constant Hines. I appreciate it. For the discount internet, that is checklifeline.org. Again, y'all can go right to Instagram and just say you want the links, and I will send you all the links. Okay. Sam at 10 a.m. store here, Las Vegas by 11 a.m. store sales. That's right. See, look at that. Sam's, she said, Sam's, the shelves will fill at 10 by 11. They were dry, nothing in there, and that's in Las Vegas. So I'm letting y'all know this is serious, y'all. Okay. Sagittarius, again, send me a link if you need the information for Louisiana. Mega churches will not let you in without your white card or shop verification on the churches here. Wow, that's crazy. And another thing about during this hurricane thing that we're experiencing, if you find that you're in an area where you can't get access to your bank, you can go to any bank right now and get assistance. The federal government made a rule that you can go to any bank and get service if you're in the affected area, so you don't have to worry about not having access to your money. Okay. People can't claim. Something should be updated for change tomorrow. Thank you, Dwight. Dwight, let me know if you're able to do it tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Marilyn. Okay, all right, so I got that. Someone told me not to request a pay to delete. Is that true? No, that's not necessarily true. You can still do that. I'm gonna get to you guys in a minute. I'm gonna let you guys here on Facebook and YouTube go. Just because I don't want to keep y'all long, and it's just easier on TikTok because they don't get to see me write anything. So again, thank y'all. TikTok, y'all hold on for a second. But thank y'all for tuning in again on Mondays. I appreciate you so very much. If y'all have questions or topics, or you want me to rehash something or website I can give you, please reach out to me. And again, go to my website, join my subscription, share, tag, follow. And if you want me to come to your business and do a show, I will. I'll be at LaQuanda's La Sweet Spot. Okay, we're gonna be getting the veggie steam next week, Monday show. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking and getting steamed at the same time. I'm gonna see how this is gonna go. This is gonna be so funny. So y'all make sure y'all here for that next week. But if you have a business and you're local, let me know. I would love to come do a show from your area. And yes, Tremaine, you definitely need to come and see me. All right. So I'm gonna talk to y'all later. And if you want to follow, I'm gonna be over here on TikTok, and we're gonna go over a couple more things, and I'm gonna let y'all go. All right. So y'all have a good night. Bye. See y'all next Monday.